Chair recognizes Representative Robinson.
I'm honored here to stand with colleagues from the Divine Nine and also from cities across Michigan.
It was 1 year ago that Michigan, in District 4, lost the People's Champion. Isaac Robinson was such an incredible leader. He was someone filled with so much humor, compassion, and a fight like none other. And he loved Hamtramck in Detroit. It had a unique ability to bring people together, reach across divides, and keep the fight for greater justice centered in all the work that he did. I first met Isaac when I was 13 years old, and had the honor to work with him on so many issues in our community. And one thing I learned about Isaac is when he came to fight for something, you got all of Isaac. And the other unique gift that he had was he was someone, for as large as he was in stature and in personality, he always made sure to fight for the little guy. He had a unique gift to see those that were often overlooked, to hear those that were often silenced, and to make sure that he empowered and uplifted those that were left without power.
And so I hope, if not today, we just want to keep our promise to the people who live in all 110 districts that we were sincere. So I still have hope, because we're not going to mislead the people.
I want to talk about the loss of my good friend, William Isaac Robinson. Everybody knew him as Zeke or Isaac. I just knew him as that guy who just loved people. It's such a huge loss, even a year after. It's kind of hard for me to talk about, the loss, what it meant to me, what it meant to my family, and more importantly, the community. I can say this. After his death, we went through a social change, with the George Floyd, with the voting, with all of the issues in Washington. And I know that my good friend would be somewhere with placards and cards every Monday, ready to march, protest, and bring awareness to issues that meant a lot to people.
All God's children are equal. I want all the children to be able to have equal health care, and the credit rating is related to that, because the poor person is going to take their child off that unlimited care because of money. I'm screaming, my colleague, because black people in Detroit pay $9,000. My colleague in the 108th says that people pay $1,350. If I'm paying $9,000, give me the Cadillac health care.
Isaac was somebody that kind of, in a way, became a mentor to me. He sat right behind me on the floor as we were voting. One of my favorite memories of him is sometimes when a vote would go up on the board, he would say, "That's a bad bill," or "That's a good bill." He was a leader. He was an inspiration to a lot of people. He was a people person. He fought for the people. His memory is going to be with us and in our hearts forever. We'll be seeing you again someday. You were somebody that was gone way too soon. I thought that maybe someday you might even rise to the level of Attorney General or Governor. I mean, you were somebody that really brought people together, and we miss you every day.
Because we will not lie to the people of Michigan. I believe in you. I believe in you. Thank you. And I'm asking for a record roll call vote to see if you will stand up for the truth, that you really did address credit rating and not the okey-doke, phony language, what we call double talk in the D. God bless you.
And I had the pleasure of serving with Isaac while he was in the legislature. And I can honestly say there was no one like Isaac, not just in the legislature, but anywhere. He had this big, huge personality and an even bigger heart. He would fight every single day for the people of his district and all people that have been marginalized, that have had their voices silenced. And so it was really a pleasure and an honor to serve with him. And he really motivated all of us to try to do better.
Chair recognizes Representative Robinson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm honored to stand here with Rep. Brenda Carter from Pontiac, Rep. Cynthia Johnson from Detroit, and Floor Leader Robbie, and the Honorable Sarah Anthony from Lansing.
When I think about Isaac Robinson, The word that comes to mind is a champion. Isaac spent every waking minute thinking about how he could champion and advocate for the people in his community. Now, he didn't much care about the politicians that were roaming the halls of power because he knew that he had a job to do. Isaac knew, he recognized that his legacy would be rooted in the lives that he touched, not in the halls of power, but at press conferences and rallies, in the neighborhoods, at church basements, barbershops, beauty salons. And he, every single day, inspired those of us in the Capitol to be better, to be stronger advocates. So I miss Isaac. I miss his smile. I miss his laugh. I miss his fiery floor speeches.
I am so proud to stand today in support of this legislation, bipartisan legislation that's making a stand for 10,000 professionals. We call them LPCs. And today, we're recognizing them, we're showing our appreciation for them, and to all the hundreds of thousands of clients that they provide mental health services to.
Isaac was a great friend and an ally, and he had joy in him, and he had the soul of an activist. He had a passion for those who were less fortunate, and his goal was to lift the voices of those who are often invisible. And for all the souls that he has helped, those of us who knew his heart of gold and his heart for justice, I take a moment of silence. Thank you.
That was who Zeke was. And while he's no longer with us today, I am heartened by the fact that he touched so many people who stepped up in the past year, shared what Isaac meant to them, what that spirit of fight and might that he brought meant in their lives, and how they will continue that fight forward. So I believe that even though he's no longer with us in person, his spirit, his fight, that will continue to infinity and beyond.
I stand today, and I hope the governor signs this bill because we must move quickly to protect our children. God bless the American state of Michigan, and I want to thank the Hamtramck Public Schools for not getting caught up in stupid talking points. Everything doesn't have to be about money or taxes. We can do that later. We can do that next week. But right now, let's send a message that vaporizers should be out of the hands of children. Let's save precious lives. God bless you. Peace and love.